Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to WilderMyth. Now, in the last chapter, we cleared up the world map, and now we're going to dive deep underground with our party of hearty adventurers. Let's get down to it. Sorry that I haven't had many of these videos up this week. I've been doing a lot of co-op Let's Plays with Dufrax, an associate of mine from Canada, on Pit Infinity. And so there's a lot of stuff coming out of that at the moment because obviously long recording sessions. Right here, so as it's one person, okay. So that's wisdom. Ooh, this is a nice wisdom modifier to it. So she's doing that. Okay, done. That's building up. Yeah, it's got to trigger before they get back. Still no sign. Chemsim's competent enough. Still, it's a long time for anyone to be gone, especially down there. Do we take a look ourselves? I'm saying we need to think about what happens if... Hide your lanterns. See that? Out of the black phantoms, a red star swims towards them. Is it her? It's someone. Some must be feeling good. Good? It feels like, I just never thought I'd be this affected by such trees, leaves, sun, birds. One thing I'd say, our enemy's calling... One thing I'll say, our enemy called himself a king, and from what I've seen, he wasn't extravagating. What did you see? How deep down did you go? Were you spotted? Tunnels go on forever, and they branch and meet dead ends. They loop and tangle. Who knows how many entrances there are hidden around. At the end of all that darkness, I did come upon what was a kind of castle. Within a huge cavern, a thing of spires and stone. A whole civilization almost, and the Deep King. I saw him. Their home, their fortress, really. I tell you, it seems almost unreal now, a nightmare world, a land of lostlings, windless and cold. And much as I'm not anxious to leave the surface again, if we're looking for a way to stop them, to quench the deepest leaders and collapse their order, I think we found it. So we fight the beast in its den? One way or another, this war has to end. I think this may be our best chance. Okay. Send a party to confront the Deep King in his lair. We can let them get here and train someone. Yeah, why not? Get someone. Very nice. Bard cost. Pick from a legacy. We want to grab for this shindig. I just need someone to cover the rear, really. Gotta grab him because he's competent. Yep, recruit. Should warn you, most people think they know they're ready for battle, but really they have no idea. And some people think they know Aardmark Blackway, but really they have no idea. Right, okay. So yeah, we've got a full party on the surface and a full party underground. The ones on the surface can't guarantee today competence. We've got, let's see, warrior, hunter. So 3 hunters and 2 warriors. This is going to be interesting. Got taking 2 mages, 2 hunters, and a warrior down with me. But one of them is a melee. These are all my best troops. So let's. I do like the fact that the more competent they get, the more fancy their tokens become. See, they start off being relatively plain. Well, his is legendary, so it's coming up. But they start off being relatively plain. So if you look at his one, which is this one here, I thought it'd be more fancy. Anywho. So, these are the people going down. Cost us 4 days. There we go. This journey feels intimidating. Tunnels curve into the long natural arcs. The rolling of buried hills. The cart of rations and equipment they bring is the loudest thing down here. Ambush is a constant threat. Creek grind. Their camps, their sleep, their meals, all are muted and misaligned, soon with no sense of time or purpose. Dane got out the cold bacon. At least the fungi burns. Long into the trip, they begin to doubt they'd ever see stars again. The infinite caverns enclose them. Frigid winds gust from the depths, set all the stone throats of the earth singing. The chore of hollow voices. They find and follow the marks they're looking for, and eventually they arrive at the destination, having made excellent time. Douse the lights, come forward quietly, past word back. The outskirts of the deepest fortress seem mostly still. I think we have to assume they're ready for us. Then suddenly we get ready ourselves. They backtracked with a defensible alcove, but adapted as their last camp. Last chance to fix up your gear with what we brought. Empty that cart and make the most of it. They sit around making their final preparations. Okay, so we got supplies. Yeah, the game's glitched on. There it comes in. Right, so we can give her. She's sword on board. I could give her like a fancy great sword, which gives you temporary hit points every time for a stun effect, would be nice. I might do it. Doesn't eat much of our materials. So you can have that. All her stuff is top tier. Not really interested in giving another wand. All her stuff is top tier. She has a bow and an axe. I could upgrade the axe to its final incarnation, I suppose. Let's see what else, if nobody else needs stuff. He's okay. His dagger's all the way upgraded. I will give him the best bow I can get. I wish you could improve the axe, the throwing axes, right? So he's got that. Give her the best axe we can get. And everyone's carrying the best armor. So we've got a lot of resources, but everyone's kitted out to go. Okay, ton of enemies. Right, you know, this Deep King is apparently spoken with. What about his queen? He mentioned her differentially. If she exists, I imagine we have to deal with both of them, two deep monarchs. Queen and king cast under the ground, a kingdom of believers, barbarians and fools. Keeps this way, comes in. Everything they scrape out, everything they build, it's pretty incredible. I have to say, it's not really my style. Horns, skulls, altars for sacrifices. Macabre, yes, but impressive. Not unlike the crypts from before, actually. If we survive this, maybe we could do something with this property, huh? Okay. Reach the chamber. Let's see, reach the chamber of the matriarchs. That's a long way. Of the monarchs. We can't get out. So the first things first. These two have to go. I need to shoot these. I need to basically kill the people in the back as soon as possible. I can probably kill him. Let's first get up here. We're going to infuse for steel fire. How do I want to do it? I could go all the way through all of these ones and toast a whole load of them straight off the bat. She could jump up here, kill off him. Now, she can go here. Yeah, that's flare, that's not great. We blinded some of them, so they're not going to be as effective. But even so, I'm not drastically happy with that outcome. I will shoot her a couple of times. We killed off one of the sorcerers. She's only got one action point left though. Defined kill or some damage. Let's get a defined kill. You got packed the deep up. Big guy's got to come charging down. Okay. Now I could do cone of fire, which would actually toast a good chunk of them. Let's think about this logically. If we get there and I claw, that kills her off. I want him dead if nothing else. He's going to get toasted by the flames this turn. But just to make sure, I will shoot him. You're going to kill him. And him. Then you're going to go and secure this door. You can go up. You're going to swip over to your sword and board. Okay. Let's open the door. Fungus Fathers. Okay. So we can't skid around this. But I can do this. And pick off the troops on the outside. Can we infuse anything? I'm going to set that on fire, so if they charge through, he's going to take damage. And we'll do it twice. Who can he shoot? He can shoot big guy. I know there's another one in the room. Okay. But he's pretty much dead this turn. We've got to hit that. and wipe out some of them. Aren't you a grouchy sod? Right. I don't think we... I can infuse that, but I don't think we can get the distance. Nah, he's gonna have to just bite the bullet and shoot him. He's gonna die from poison. So they're either up here, they're probably up here somewhere. Right. Let's infuse that. I can see the traps on the floor. Yeah. Big guy's got a charge. Oh, they're coming from behind? Okay. Oh, from next turn they're going to constantly be popping out. Alright, that's good to know. We'll do that. Then get here. We'll keep one ranger in the back. And you can basically rush. Okay, so we need to basically get our groove on. We should be okay to do it. Okay. Two shadow hunters, speak of the depths, bunch of children. Okay, let's see where they are. Okay. Well, aren't you a pleasant little thing to find? Dodged. Okay. Not great. Not terrible either. So let's infuse that. We can do rock shield. Right, killed him off. We'll put an ambush down if they come this way. And you can move up to here. Okay. There's the big guy. He dodged, that's not great. Speaker of the Depths. The children are rushing. Another Speaker of the Depths. Sorry, another... So they haven't yet spawned out of those doorways, that's good to know. Okay. So what can I infuse? I want to move here. Steel Fire, there we go. Literally, like, one of the most important spells you can get. I can get her, or I can just right up, just burn this guy up. The big guy's approaching, these guys approaching. There's not a lot she can do. I can do Bone Lance. Not going to do a ton of damage. Especially when someone dodges it. Let's kill off him. He's still not dead, and that's worrisome. We're going to take some damage. She could heal. None of them took damage per se, but her armor's taking a bit of pounding. Okay. Right, Harvest of Dead. Which will heal her up a bit. Kill him off. Kill that one off. Shoot that one in the face. We still have the scrawny one down here, which is annoying. Okay, those guys are turning up. And those guys. Okay, she's taking a ton of damage. And we need to keep moving because the Shadow Hunters are turning up. Okay. Can she shoot anyone from this range? Yeah, she can shoot him in the face, which buys us some time. He can get to here. And kill off this one, which will buy us some time. You can Guardian up. Ooh, damage. Okay, you're gonna just have to like straight up leg it. Health-wise, you're not doing great. Reach the Chambers of the Monarch. Deep cultists are coming. Okay. I think everyone just has to leg it. I mean, we still have a distance advantage. I mean, I hope they don't expect us to be... His armor's totally gone, so he needs... I mean, she has... Actually, I need to tinker with her armor, to be honest. Because... Like, does actually... Yeah, she kills, she can heal herself. Okay, this it. It would be foolish to hesitate now. The warm keep smells sweatily smoky. All the articles of their old vulva they may be wouldn't be out of place if Dane's room or Synop's. Pretty cosy compared to what's outside, what their fellows endure. Does this map look off? The world has changed since it was drawn. They entered in a chamber where the huge heart glows. You've come. I can't say I'm unimpressed. The Deep King draws himself up, then turns, proceeding deeper in the chamber. If you must slay us to be satisfied, then first hear our story, come. A great fire burns steadily and strong. It chews on a mat of wooded fungi, producing a pleasant aroma that hangs in the air here. The Deep King leads them past a vast library, rich in texts that haven't seen light in centuries. How much wisdom dies in darkness? Dying? Thinking out loud. Lost isn't dead. What's lost may be found. Swirls of dust dance behind them. Dark shapes fill the halls they left. All sense of weight of the mountain, the gravity of this great mystery, sinking, settling, threatening to entomb them. It just makes me mad. Selfish cowards. So let's end it. Another swift, fragrant blows from around them. We'll talk inside, young heroes, and spin no more fictions. Finally, the Deep King ducks under a tenderly covered archway. In a small, well-appointed chamber, the woman standing by the fire sets down a steaming cup. Here they are, my dear, our assailants. How striking they are, heroes of the present age. Well, we'll hear you out. Maybe we can avoid more blood. Are you impatient because you're young or because you are annoying? Nice to be called young, I'll say that, but we're not listening if you're not talking. Names then, I am Elais. This man you've dealt with is Lastrod. We're carrying King and Queen and King here. Those names actually sound familiar. I'm sure you remember our tomb, didn't you? Here evermore lie Elise and Estrod. Their love, which protected so many, shall cradle their eternal sleep. You're saying, we are them, those heroes from long ago, two of them anyway. The lovers, they called us. In a sense, we were once you. Adventuring, fighting to defend the helpless, building what we could. We lost friends, buried them, did it all the right way. You were heroes, you served people. But there was no end to it, you see. We tried, but there was only more death. There was only ever death waiting. Despite all we did for so many, we found no exemption. Doom swallows the meek and strong together. Let me guess, you thought you deserved better than anyone else. You thought you were special. Quiet comes in. Older we got, we realised, no matter how much we might accomplish, even the stories of us seldom crossed ungrateful lips could cease to spoken one day. We always been the assumption we'd grow old and retire. We were supposed to be satisfied that we'd live on through our legacy. That wasn't for you, was it? There's a better way, we knew there would be. So, we went and did what others in our company dared not do. There was a mystic woman we'd met in our journeys below the ground, a witch of the deep, we'd been tasked to destroy. We entered the seclusion and explained our quandary, the greatest injustice, that death takes heroes in time, just as it does all nibbling mice and measly lives worth less. You took your worries to this witch of the deep, ostensibly a wicked being you had been tasked to destroy, and then you asked for her guidance? Yes, right. Okay. Wisdom is wisdom, how can you judge what you don't understand? That woman gave us a secret in payment for her life, the secret to prolong our own lives indefinitely by drinking the spiritual essence of others willingly bequeathed to us. In covenant and to aid us he summoned our Messiah. He would be our servant and our idol to ease fools. In part to test our loyalty, we ordered the thing slay her, and it did, our saddle Messiah. You mean that massive beast that haunted us in the cavern? Notably absent now, where is it? The monster is willful, it seeks its own ends, but it doesn't matter. It was born to a purpose it served. Anyway, we soon formed the plan, and we even hoped to bring our old friends in on our secret. However, old Drake had been with us since the beginning. I expected him to react with more intelligence. What had to happen did. And soon we devised our model of ascension, descension, to be perfectly dramatic. We began looking for those who would seize their chance. The right words, that's all it takes to peel weak grips from morals they limply cling to. From our earliest servants to our youngest, we swallowed what they surrendered. Those who came first were able to achieve great forms, descending, drinking beside us at our endless wells. And from the true word we took nothing. Better with their essence intact, bodies and minds unchanged, nice to look at, charismatic figures to aspire to. Nice to look at? I mean for the common folk. A quiet moment passes. It's not a grand, romantic, remarkable moment, if any noticeable respect, but for the span of this moment at last, these powerful individuals capable of shaping so much of the world's history and fortune stand together on the cusp of action. That's what all this was then. Every poor soul that took an oath fed you immortality. Such is the nature of gods, from 1,000 small hearts, enormity. The lesser lives expired in order to extend the lives of the exceptional. Isn't that better? I don't think we have much else to talk about, do we? Even after hearing our story, we're the same. No, we're really not. We let you in. There's no reason for any of us to die. You earned this. You sacrificed nothing, gained everything forever. Together, you can mould the next 1,000 years. The next. Our hearts are true. We won't bend to us. You won't bend us. Endless fallow years. Eternity amongst trash. Dying seems more fun. Your fears are unbecoming. The last look that goes between the monarchs is brief. Hard to imagine what they're thinking or what they might want to tell each other after so long a time. In the end, they say nothing. Okay. So they got reinforcements coming. We're still hurt like you wouldn't believe. Right. He's got a ton of armor. But he's the fighter, so he's going to be like the biggest priority to take down. He's poisoned. Action recharge. Infusion. We'll get the fire going. If I can kill him off now... then he's dead for a good long time. Let's get here. Let's infuse with Splinter Blast. Strip away her armor. Ouch. Shoot her in the face. Like, they're turning up. She's got to shoot me no matter what I do. But I can still get her and get here and chop her in the head. With one health bar left. She almost died. Malaise. In the end, it takes very little time for their breathing to still, once more till the monarchs are dead. As the two regal corpses are brought out, the crowded deepists melt from sight. They slumped amid pillars into the shadows and down dark holes, despair and confusing congeal on their mute faces. The Deep Queen and her queen will never leave this place. They are laid in state in sight of the citadel, the wind-barren wonder of their underworld. Their ancient perfect flesh takes flame, and it burns. So basically they did all this for immortality, folks. They did all of it for immortality. Dane, Sif, Kimson, Rosa and Malaise take what they can be salvaged in a small cart, and they go. The journey back is strange and dreamlike. The quiet caverns take on a different character, no longer as threatening as they are cold and empty. Now you rest. Maybe you deserved more suffering than we brought you, but you were heroes once. A gentle net of daylight dips past the entrance of the tomb and pulls them up into the sun-struck woods. The seasons that have gone by under the ground feel splotched onto their arms and faces, crusted into the mud and clay. Forest air washes them, fragrant, clean, stupefying. And now let's get drunk and have a tomb collapsing party. Who will ever know but us? Who will ever dream what could have been? Another 1,000 years, another, and another. What buried is buried, lost. What is lost is lost. What gone is gone. Heroes grow old and their myths expire. Even the mighty constellations die. We are lucky enough to breathe the cold air. Watch the stars burn bright and smile as they fade away. We're lucky to wake and sleep in our own power, each contained in one unique span of time. Lucky to run, fall, to crack, to collapse, to crumble on our first morning, storyless. But on our last night welcome in legendary company. The end. You have won. Final population 941, number of towns 5, save tiles at the end of the game 33, previous years of peace 48, final years of peace 116. Malaise dreamed of her own personal research tower and had finally been fulfilled. She kept it well stocked with flammable powders and a couple of summoning circles. Do you think if none of this ever happened, we would still end up together? I don't know, I'll probably still be holed up in a cabin somewhere. Border went to Woodrun Bookpile one day to research his family name. Apparently, expertise with blades and bludgeoning was a running theme in Border's lineage. Ardmark tried to take Jelena shopping at the local outfitters. Plus, they give Prophecy of Night a great discount, but I like the clothes I have. How many days straight have you worn that thing now? Hey, I wash it. Whoa, this is amazing. Thanks for bringing me. She was there right at the beginning and she was there right at the end. Malaise. I liked this story. The deepest cultist thing was really interesting. The ending was not what I expected. That they were fallen heroes that just thought they deserved more than they got. Jury showed up one day as a new god of trick bites. I know what you want to ask. Don't. How did you? Just don't. Oh, tick bites. God of tick bites. Kimler built a lodge that attracted like-minded hunters, enthusiasts. Days spent tracking in the woods and nights were spent extravagating what they tracked in the woods. Finally, an end to the madness. Hey, I'm bored. Want to go hunt something? Jory would always find excuses to visit Ed the Clangori. his pan wouldn't sit flat, his fire poker wasn't pokey enough. Whatever the reason, yes, romance. One of the Sarktan's first challenges was when Aardmark asked for him to tan the hides of a buffalo twice as large as anyone had ever seen. How did you? That's not important. What's important is can you tan it or not? Sinoff developed passive restoring ruined sites. They may not be quite the match for their former glory, but he hoped the former inhabitants wouldn't be too embarrassed. Yeah, I liked this. I liked it was really interesting to have fallen heroes. Like the people right at the end were basically really self-serving and selfish. Peace couldn't have come soon enough. I don't know how many more fights I had left in me. And that is the end of their tale, folks. I wonder, yeah. These heroes will be added to the legacy. The ones down here, not interested in. She can be added. These ones can be added because they were quite good. These ones don't really care about. I can promote 2 heroes. Get him up would be nice, to be honest. Since he actually she did a ton of work, so she's going to get promoted up from folk hero to local legend, and we could get him to ballad sung hero, but she was like here right into the end. I'm going to get her up to fabled adventurer. Yeah. Her, and yeah, so her, and who we got to get? These guys are really good. I mean, I would like to get him up to ballad sung hero, but he actually didn't do anything at the end. That was more on her, so I'm going to get her up to local legend. Element weapons you discovered. And here it is, our legacy. So let's see who we ported over at the end of all things. Where is she? There she is. We've got her. She's a level 3. She's like a folk hero, I believe. History. Malay's legacy. 4 Deepists. It's a fabled adventurer. Yep, so she's a fabled adventurer. So she gets a bunch of stuff, nothing particularly great, but it means that if she gets any more traits, we can carry them over, which is nice. And who else did we promote at the end? Let's see, there we go, her. Dane? Yes, Dane. History. Local legend. When she fought deepest with the Prophecy of the North. So we got some fairly competent characters, which is good. If we want to do another story, they haven't released any of them yet. It's nice to see they got another 2 stories up their sleeve, which makes sense because you still got the the insect race, like the mind-controlling insect race, and the dragons, which I'm really looking forward to seeing coming out. But for the time being, folks, if you've liked, please press the like button. If you subscribe, please press the subscription button. And this has been WilderMyth, and next time I do a nice sizable update, I will jump back in and show off another game, or maybe I'll do another 5-chapter story. I don't know yet. Maybe see what the modding scene is like, and maybe break out some new mods to have a test around with. But that's all for next time, folks. Goodbye.